people say wood heat is warmer. Heat is heat, but wood heat seems warmer. Our optimum temperature is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. We raise frogs so that the warmer temperatures are a useful means of heat for us because we have aerators, and the air that is pumped into the tanks pick up the warm air during the day and raise the temperature of the water in the tanks, which theoretically accelerates the development of the tadpoles. We're here 7 days a week, and if you're using a quick-growing wood such as poplar or box elder, we have to load the stove every 2 to 3 hours. But if it's a dense grain wood such as ash, we can fill it up at night and cut down the dampers and decrease the amount of air that is going in.
Heating with wood is the most economical thing I can come up with. I'm in a real good location for it with acres of woods behind my place, and my neighbor next door is real generous about letting me go through his property and cleaning out the dead wood. I look mainly for oak wood. It seems to be easier to handle than most others. It splits up nice and straight, and there aren't a whole lot of knots. Any hardwood is good wood, really. A golf course, so I don't work too many hours in the winter. This is the slow time of the year. So I'm able to get out in the woods and put some time into splitting the wood and keeping the wood box stoked up. A big plus for us is that we are willing to do the work and have kind of a primitive lifestyle anyway.
The biggest precaution that you have when you're cutting a tree down is to make sure that the tree falls where it's supposed to fall, in the direction. There are other precautions that you got to check out, and that's like overhead wires or the proximity of people's fences. They get downright resentful when you drop a tree on their fence. I guess I might be considered a farm boy, and I've always prided myself in the ability to go out and do a job and stick with it. Physical labor, you know, isn't all bad. It's sort of an ego trip. The sheep are just pets. Our main concern is the frogs. If you're cutting down a live tree, I would think that you should let it sit under reasonably dry conditions for a period of 3 or 4 months. Now that means that we are talking about a split piece of wood. One thing we should look at is when you split a piece of wood and you stack it in a pile, we always put the bark upwards so that when it rains the water will pass off and continue down the pile of wood. So after 3 months you can use the wood.
I used to stack the wood very carefully, but I found it was too time-consuming and it didn't have too many advantages. The last couple of years or so I've just been throwing pallets down on the ground and covering them with the wood and throwing a tarp over that. The tarp keeps the snow off the wood and makes it easier to handle.
Alright, you get what you can do. Change that blade?
Well, I'm going to take this load over to my house first. I'll mess with this later.
Alright, but look, I'm going to get this damn thing sharpened. And get your ass back here. Don't be staying over there too long. I'm not going to do all this work myself.
I use files to sharpen the chain. I don't use automatic devices. It's just you judge the angle of the sharpening procedure by eye and give it about 10 licks with the file, and theoretically the tooth on the saw is sharp. I wouldn't use wood if I didn't have a splitter, and I can't understand how they did it in the old times. We would spend all our time splitting wood.
I like using a maul as opposed to a power splitter. It's almost like a sport for me. It's a challenging thing to get the wood to split that way, and it's good exercise. There's no joke about how heating with wood warms you twice. Once when you split it and once when you burn it. Actually, I guess wood can heat you 4 or 5 times when you cut it, and the first time and every time you move it around. I don't think wood heat is necessarily warmer, but it's pretty concentrated around the wood stove, and that's nice when you can come in from the cold and have 110 degrees right there to warm you up.
We ought to do it again. Find us another good tree. Roll, roll!
The techniques used in this film are dangerous and should not be attempted. For information on safe handling of chainsaws, consult your local chainsaw dealer.